are watching Buffering. Before actually, what I'm gonna need from the chat, if the mod hasn't asked already, is we need a suggestion of what kind of group are we? Why are we meeting in this business meeting? In the past, we've been a book club, a bird watching society. We've been a D&D group. We've been Mars colonists. So give us your ideas. You can't give us too many. Please just flood our chat with them. So before we went live, we were talking with each other about like movies that are kind of classics, but that we hadn't seen yet. What are some? You could mention some of the ones we had already talked about, but what's one of yours that was really like, wow, I went a really long time without seeing this movie?
I still have not seen Titanic.
What?
I know.
Never seen it.
The millennial women in this group.
I saw that in second grade.
Yes!
There was nudity that my parents weren't prepared for.
I saw it in 7th grade. Did you say second? God damn it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I for sure was like a 7-year-old at my family's dinner table being like, I love Jack Dawson.
That year on the Oscar ballot, I just chose everything Titanic because not only was it the only thing I saw, but mostly because I was so in love with Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie. Like
17-year-old Leo.
He draws with a pencil.
I'm going on the record. Young Leo, like so perfect. Like Leo now, he's okay.
He looks
God, what?
Yeah, 100%.
He looks like he would yell at me because that's what he does in a lot of his movies is just yell at women.
Yeah.
In my view, right
Romeo
now,
and Juliet.
all I see are 3 guys wishing we were talking about the movie Major League, and like 3.
I'd rather talk about Major League than Titanic.
Yeah, Major League, Titanic, and then
I've never seen Major League either.
No, neither.
You're not helping our case, Joseph.
Who's hot in Major League?
Who's hot in Major League? Charlie Sheen, a young Wesley Snipes. Those are fit guys. Those are fit men. You're saying that, right, Joseph?
They're fit.
I like how we're using the British slang for hot. Yeah, they're fit.
Massive men.
They were right fit.
Right fit.
Right fit.
All right. I am looking at all your suggestions. I'm also seeing some return people in the chat. Zabel, hopefully I'm saying it right. Hello to you. I remember you saw some of our first shows. Super cool. Everyone who's here and suggested, thank you for coming out to our penultimate buffering for this kind of groupings of shows. I think I'm going to take one that I really like. We'll see how everyone else feels about it. We are going to be Shakespeare super fans.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So that one is close to my heart. So cast, you may now turn off your videos and start changing your clothes. And to the chat, we will be back very shortly. We are just going to change our clothes because Eric. We are going to change our clothes, become what we think Shakespeare experts look like, and then come back. But in the meantime, we do need more help from the chat. We need you to give us names of people who would be in this Shakespeare superfan Zoom meeting. So flood our Twitch with names, and we will, and that will become our character inspiration. So we'll be right back.
guys. Hey, you guys. Hey. Hey, you guys. Hey, it's so good to see you guys again. Hey, you guys. Hey, guys. Missed you. What's up? Hey.
Hey,
Hi, what's going on?
Olivia.
Hey.
Oh, we're the first two here.
Yeah. How's it going? How are things?
You know, it's really quite lovely out. I went for an evening stroll. I went for an evening stroll, and I went right out to the veranda. And quite frankly, it's just perfect weather. It's almost like I ordered it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds dope. It's cool. It's cool. Cool. I love your beret.
Oh, thank you. I got it from Paris.
Oh, dang, that's dope. That's awesome. I don't know why I keep saying dope.
I don't know either.
Hey,
Marcelo! Oh, Marcelo! Oh, what a treat it is to see you again.
It's lovely to see you too, as well, Percy. It's good to see you. How are you, Olivia? It's good to see you. You look great.
Oh, good.
That good. Huh? That good. Well, it's good to see you guys. Just catching up on some reading here, but nevertheless.
What are you perusing?
What am I reading?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just reading the last few stanzas, Midsummer's Night Dream. Kind of helps me sleep at night. So I like to get it maybe a few hours before, so it's in the back of my mind to kind of just soothe myself to sleep.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Benedict.
Thank you. Hi.
What's good?
What's good? When the boys are to bed and the wife and I made biscuits, and
Oh.
now I'm with you.
Does that mean cookies or like actual biscuits?
We cultivated some almond flower from our bed of roses in the backyard. It's the best place for almond flower to cultivate, and we made it together with our hands while making love, and then turned that into a sweet biscuit that we ate as a post-dinner delight.
So cookie?
So this was like an almond chocolate chip or something, or
The almond and chocolate became one with the sugar, which came from the pantry. Oksana and I didn't plan on baking, but that's what happened.
oh, I see what you're saying. You guys started baking.
Yes, we set the temperature of the oven to a certain degree and then made something that was very consumable by humans.
Ah, I know all about temperatures being set and consuming.
Oh, it was like a cookie. It was like a cookie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like you're trying to tell us Oksana's pregnant, or hey, Victoria!
I'm the last one. I'm so glad. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, no worries. Oh, we actually one more's coming actually.
Yeah, you're not the last one.
What were you all talking about? I interrupted. Oh, I'm so sorry I interrupted. Oh.
No, it's totally fine. We were talking about actually I don't know what we were talking about. Did you make cookies or biscuits, Benedict?
There was plenty of ingredients. Oksana and I, being from Shepton Mallet, the most beautiful city in all of England, knew not what was happening to us, but we made a delightful treat post-dinner, which was of the Italian variety. She is to bed now. She's very tired.
Ah, she's tired after the delight. Very, very nice.
You did tire your wife with bedding, I suspect.
That involves an oven and ingredients and baking to a degree that I have never felt before, then yes.
Oh, are we talking about tumbling?
Something like that. It seems like it. I've been known to get in a couple of tumbles myself.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Marcelo, I'm sure you have.
Now is the winter of our online meeting, friends.
Wisdom is here.
Yay! Yay! What an entrance.
Oh, Mr. Neckles. Oh, Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Wisdom, how was your poetry virtual show? How did it go, good friend?
Oh, delightfully. I reached new heights of verisimilitude and vernacular circumnavigation.
Wow.
Always so elegant.
Oh no, please, friends, please. You are the elegant ones in your presence and your light.
Oh my gosh. Cool.
Thank you.
You're so clearly so learned. You just, it just takes my breath away.
I can't, and again, the fact that you found time for us, even though Ian McKellen is known to ask for your coaching constantly, and when you're on his time, he does not let you rest. So the fact that we get a little bit of Sir Ian's time, it's quite a, well, it's very flattering.
Sir Ian and I both honor all of those who love and respect the bard. And you are well known for your love and respect of the greatest poet who ever lived. The honor is mine, friends. So what do you normally do in this gathering of floating heads?
Yeah, well, this week we were all going to choose a sonnet that we really liked, and then all vote on which one we should read. Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to get started. I do have one flagged, but also like,
go for it, Olivia. Start us off. Take charge.
Okay, so I really like sonnet 71. So no longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the shirt. I messed up. Oh God, I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I'm just like.
All right, Olivia, take your time. When you're speaking the words of a true God, sometimes it's okay to get tongue-tied.
And we can see
Well
how
put.
nervous you are. It is very clear. It's very clear.
You're not going to throw up again. It's not going to happen.
Oh dear.
I don't want to. I'm just like, I really look up to you guys. I want you to be in this group for a while. So
you look so flushed. Go and speak aloud.
Okay. I'm gonna start again. Okay, so here I go. Okay. Okay.
Speak the words.
The word. Okay. 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 No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surly sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from the vile world.
Olivia, I mean, Mr. Neckles is here. Please show effort when speaking the words. Don't embarrass us horribly.
Totally. I feel like I could not be trying harder right now.
You do not need to impress me.
Great. Good to know.
Although you could speak the words a bit more slowly. Think of them as a delicious banquet and enjoy each morsel as you eat it. Take your time. Do not rush your food.
When Oksana and I ate this evening, it felt just like the way Wisdom just said. I'm sorry to interrupt, but the meat that we ate for dinner was delectable. Think about it like that, Olivia. Like a beautiful Western meat dashed in beautiful herbs and oils. And am I not wrong, Wisdom? Is that not the way to think about these words?
I agree. That is the way to think of them.
Shoot, I'm vegetarian.
You could use some meat, honey. You could use some meat. Big time.
Maybe someone else goes first. Maybe I would love to hear your guys' voices.
Mr. Nichols, Mr. Neckles, you have to understand we're a group of dramateurs, directors, actors and Olivia here, and teachers, of course. Olivia here doesn't have as much of a performance or theater background. She is mostly just a high school teacher, but she was so enthusiastic and well, you could see she has a lot to learn still.
We all must start somewhere.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me, Olivia?
Oh God, I think I'm having a bit of a panic attack right now, but
Oh,
come back to
dear.
me later. Come back to me later.
Well, I hope we can avoid an internal evacuation during
Oh.
this meeting.
You
Wisdom,
and me both.
if I may, I have a question for you.
Excellent, yes.
Now, as you might know, I am the head of the school board here in Westchester, and quite frankly, people have been talking about casting for the school in a non-gender conforming way, and I was thinking of doing Romeo and Juliet. What are your thoughts on gender confirmation when it comes like, or does it have to be Romeo as Romeo, or could it be Romy from Romeo and Michelle? You know what I'm saying?
Well, as we know, when the plays were originally performed, the stage was all of the male sex, and men pretended to be women. They acted as women. And I'd like to think that a continuation of this in a more open-minded way is the way to proceed. I don't think the words of the bard are for one type or another type of person. They are universal, and that is why they have lived through the centuries. So I would say, open your mind, Percy.
Oh, bravo. Bravo.
That was beautifully put.
It's very difficult for me to open my mind, but seeing you with that open collar, it's all coming together. Thank you, Wisdom. Truly.
Oh, Percy, you're evil. You're evil. Contain yourself.
I'm so hungry for meat.
We are such things as dreams are made of.
Oh.
Yes.
Marcelo
What?
Marcelo has been working on a vicious London accent. I think now's the time. Do we agree, Marcelo? Your vicious London accent. Your vicious London
accent.
I don't want to
Vicious
impose on anyone here. I know everyone's working really hard, so.
Oh no,
Please, Marcel.
Do that famous Richard III speech with that London accent, as we think Richard spoke in a London-like way.
I will not give Richard, but I will give something maybe of myself. I can do that. All right.
In your accent, though.
Here I go. Imagine. Give thanks. Shine on and breathe. Count your blessings and do what you love. Be a friend. Shine. Sing out loud. And carpe diem, my friend. Seize the day. For practice is the only true form in which kindness can take form. It's just something I've been working on, and it's
Wow. It was so beautiful.
Bravo!
Wow.
Good.
Oh, as Henry VIII said, to quell this thirst, thou must imbibe. You just quelled my thirst.
And yet I thirst for more of this excellent original pronunciation that you've been working on so hard. Many of the puns only work if you speak in the original OP.
Like Juliet once said, for thy stars are fierce like content is summer.
Yes. Very good, yeah.
Now, Wisdom, when you say OP, that could have a lot of meanings. Optical pages, when you're looking at the page, it could mean overt pretentiousness. When you say OP, I'm just, how are you defining it?
Well, excuse me. In the 1 minute, please. In the context of what we are speaking of, which is the bard, the great poet of our time, it is original pronunciation. which is the speech, the accent that those of Elizabethan England spoke, that the current speakers of London do not speak with this intonation. They do not use these sounds or these phonemes in this way. So that is what I speak of when I use this particular acronym.
Might give you a moment. My father was obsessed with Shakespeare, and he would sing me lullabies. He would take sonnets from Shakespeare and sing them to me in the original accent in which they were meant. Wisdom, with your blessing, may I give an example?
Yes, please. I must hear this, yes.
Well, my ninth graders are going to freak out when I tell them about this.
Look, these original actors sounded like pirates. Isn't that right, Wisdom? They sounded like dirty old pirates.
They did very much sound like piratical fellows.
They sounded like
and ladies
with too much ale in their bellies. But let me just try. There are those nerves, Olivia. Oh God, if I
don't I know it?
When you're
Benedict, you don't look like you're nervous at all. You don't look.
When you compost all day and then bake with your loved ones, it is the nerves are all there when you do Shakespeare. Here it is. What is he that wishes so, my cousin Warwick? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss, but if to live, fewer men, a greater share of honour. That's just a pirate, a dirty pirate is what it is. And my father would do it every night in Shipton Mallet, the most beautiful place in all of England.
I must say I'm a bit disappointed, and only for this reason. You told me that your father sang you a lullaby using the original pronunciation, and yet you merely spoke those words and did not sing them. And I was hoping to hear the melody as well.
You don't want to hear me sing?
I do.
Oh, yes, we do.
I want to hear you sing.
Captain of our ferry band, Helena is here at hand. And the youth mistook by me, pleading love for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Oh, what fools these mortals they.
Oh. It was everything I expected it to be and more.
Really awesome. Dope. Or whatever.
Thank you. Thank you. My gratitude is yours.
Well, I have been prepping my college course for the young acting minds who will be put in my hands. And well, I always like to begin a session with showing them a little bit of my work so they know what to aspire to. Can I give you an example, Mr. Nichols?
Please, that's why I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is, of course, will be from Henry IV, Part 1, Act 3, Scene 1. Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. If not, then close the wall up with our English dead. In times of peace, there be not one of us who will be that way. But when the war comes, then flare the nostril and become like the tiger.
That was so brave.
It's very emphatic.
I almost didn't recognize your voice.
You went for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I wanted you to believe I was a man, and I also wanted you to believe that I was a man from a long time ago, and that man from a long time ago was in charge of an army, you know? So I put a lot of backstory into my performance.
Yes, I would say consider places where perhaps you do not speak so vehemently. Maybe there's a moment where you speak quietly to draw your troops in, and so they will be interested in what you say. And then you get louder again to bring out their excitement at the battle ahead. Just levels are important, is something
right.
I would suggest to all of you. Levels.
So I could be once more on to the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English Jed. In peace nothing shall become the man as on his stillness. But when the blast of war...
Is she cutting out?
I can't hear her all the time. Is
it the internet?
It might be.
But it drew you in. It drew you in. Oh, I love it. It's working. Oh, Mr. Neckles, you are a genius. Thank you.
There is no wrong way to perform Shakespeare.
Yes. So sorry. Should I? I mean, I don't mean to speak up. Like, I feel like I'm in a room with greats, but we're all Shakespeare scholars here, right? And I guess I've been reading a lot recently and, thinking about intonation and, where we put emphasis and all that good stuff. And I want to be teaching my 9th graders accurately. And I guess I'm just wondering, and, every day I'm like, how is it that, just one man, just one guy wrote all these great works? Like one guy wrote all of these?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 You're not going to attempt to convince me that some of those old urban legends are true. You're not going to try to tell me Christopher Marlowe wrote some of these works. You're not one of those, are you?
Christopher Marlowe was an absolute alcoholic. It's in the name.
Yes. Or do you think that Duke fellow, whatever his name is, that some rich aristocrat handed these to Shakespeare and said, "Hey, perform my plays"? Are you one of those psychopaths?
Yes.
No,
I'm one of those people.
What? Marcelo,
I'm being serious. I thought this was common knowledge. Don't get me wrong. Shakespeare, what he was able to transcribe and turn into incredible stories, and the reach is amazing. It's second to none. The retelling nature is of nothing that we'll ever see again on how to retell a story. But I mean, come on. A lot of this work was already work. It was kind of stolen and then turned into something else.
Right, like it's kind of like how Elvis Presley is to music, right? Like that's kind of.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. What?
Elvis Presley.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. What did you say about Elvis?
Oh, Jackie Wilson. He's
he stole from a lot
Jackie Wilson's a singer. When he was singing
artists.
rock and roll, they called it Happy Soul. And then Elvis came and sang the same song, and he became the king of rock and roll.
I'm afraid I must go. I'm receiving a text from Sir Ian. I may or may not return.
I'm sorry.
Do you see? Oh, Marcelo.
That may have been on me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But actually, I'm not sorry. Come on, guys. You all are on. You guys agree with me on this, right?
I do, Marcelo. Do cutie? Oh.
That's his last name, Horace. You don't always have to giggle every time just because it's cute.
No, I know. I did.
I'm sorry I've lost my temper, but I am so horrified that the one time we get Wisdom freaking Neckles to join our chat, you just throw everything that we believe in out the window. For what?
I honestly thought we all were on the same page on this. I mean, come on. Benedict, back me up on this. I mean, you know better than anyone. I mean, you grew up in England, right? Like you know that these stories are ripped off in a lot of ways.
When Roxana and I immigrated to the States, we held on to a few things. a few beautiful things. Our baking supplies, our love of each other's bodies, and the fact that William Shakespeare clearly wrote every single word that is attributed to him. Marcella, we must have a constant in this world of unpredictability, of uncertainty. When we are composting, Oksana and I, we don't know what will happen with the worms, the maggots, the eggshells, the coffee grounds, the mud, the raccoons, the opossums, the madness that is the composting world. And we don't know what's going to happen to the world itself, but we know one thing, that Bill Shakespeare is there for us.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I started this.
I would like to apologize. I am above such petty disagreements. I must admit I was a bit upset by the dogmatic presupposition that Shakespeare did not write all of his works, and I must remember to be open-minded, as I told you earlier. All that glisters is not gold, as the bard said. So I apologize to you all, friends.
We apologize to you.
I apologize to you.
Wisdom on behalf of everybody here.
Especially Marcelo.
Especially Marcella. Not as especially about Olivia, because quite frankly, I'm animated. But really, that was disrespectful, and I'm just so grateful to be able to learn from someone so accomplished.
Might I recommend for you all a simple exercise? It is and may be terrifying, but it will help you. I suggest that each one of you reveal some secret from your heart. If you wish to truly form into an ensemble, not perhaps of performance, but of knowledge, then I believe you must all reveal a deep secret that you've been keeping from the others here.
Guys, we don't have to do this if we don't want to.
You do not have to do it. You do not have to. But I will not be impressed if you don't.
I have a secret.
You don't, Percy, I promise you, he won't be impressed.
I have a secret.
Oh my God, it's here. Get it out. Say it.
Wait, it's so shameful.
Oh my God.
This is a safe space, okay? We won't judge you. We all have secrets.
I will.
I don't wear pants at these meetings. I hold them here next to me to remind myself that I can be vulnerable. And I feel like I'm always a bit of a hard edge, you know? And I've been every single time we've done this for the past, I don't know how many years, I've not worn pants once because, quite frankly, I get hot, I get very warm, and I feel like I need to be more vulnerable for the students, for the entire administration. I would never be pantsless in front of them, but I can't. What? I'm just,
Okay.
That is so brave. We all have things we need to do to prepare or to be able to do what we need to do. Olivier, every night before performing the third act of King Lear, would swallow a live goldfish. Not many people know that. It's what he needed to do.
Makes so much sense.
poor goldfish.
Yes, but imagine how vulnerable he was able to be, knowing that something very vulnerable was inside of him, digesting.
I am also ready to give a secret. Although now I am slightly ashamed of it. Me and Marcelo have been cohabitating although we are in 2 different boxes, he is actually just in the other room. We live together, but now I don't even know who I live with. Now that he has revealed this secret of his, I don't know. I don't know anymore, Marcelo. Maybe I'll have to pack up some things and go to my mother's this weekend because really, to think that I have been loving someone who doesn't think William Shakespeare really wrote all his own plays. Well, I will tell you, I am not as open-minded as the great Wisdom Neckles. No, you have hurt me. You have cut me to the quick.
Feel
The
like
course
I
of
need-
true. Oh, please no.
No, sorry.
Olivia,
please,
don't
yes.
answer. Wisdom, what were you going to say?
What? Whoa! I don't give a damn what Wisdom was gonna say. Are you guys seeing what's going on right here? Look at what he's doing. He's breaking up the group. Now we're making confessions to one another, and I made a deep confession that none of you took seriously, and I was bashed for it. Now all of a sudden we're comrades on this.
I have a
I
confession.
think we should be allowed to have difference of opinions.
I have a confession to make. My real name's Luca. I was brought here by
I think it cut out when you said your real name.
my name is Luca. I was brought here by my father. It was a witness protection. My father, he was in waste management, and
Wait a minute. Hold on. What is happening to your words?
my name's Luca Monalo.
What?
But I can't really talk about it too much because I was put here because my father got in trouble with the feds. And my whole life, I just wanted to be someone else. I don't like beating guys up and doing stuff. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. My name is Luca Manalo, and my father was the head of the Bonanno crime family in New York for many years. But this is who I am. I want to be British. I want to be from over there. I don't want to be doing what he was doing. But here's the thing: you guys can't say anything, okay? He's just around the corner. And
Do you even bake?
I wish you wouldn't have told us. Now we have to testify potentially.
You don't have to do nothing. You don't do Zoom doesn't know what's going on. But like I feel so real good to be able to say it because here I am. Like I'm just a Jersey kid who wants to be British and live in the English countryside and not have to be a tough guy all the time and beat up, guys who are not paying on time. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy.
The better part of valor is discretion.
Are we in danger for knowing this knowledge?
No. My wife doesn't even know. She didn't even know who I am. She thinks.
Oh my god.
She thinks I'm British. She goes, I didn't even know what a composting thing was, but she was really into it. I mean, her name is Oksana, which is like, what the fuck is that? I don't know.
It's Russian.
Yeah, it's right. It's a Russian name.
It's Russian?
It is,
You don't even know your wife.
This is why I have trust issues. And I need to say my confession.
Oh,
I'm feeling brave.
here we go.
Touched on it before and it got ignored and I feel bad because Marcelo took the brunt of it. But as you guys know, I'm getting my PhD right now in English Lit. Specifically of the Shakespeare time, in the modern era, or the mid-modern era as he goes, even though he is modern language. But my thesis, I'm collecting information that Shakespeare was not the sole writer of all of his works. And there is good evidence that Marlowe has written quite a few, and I am hoping to expose this. And I do love Shakespeare, I do, but I think due credit needs to be done, and I think Marlowe is in dire need of credit for something that he did put good hard work into. And I know you guys are going to hate me, but I'm being brave.
I have some videos about how the earth is flat you should also take a look at.
Good burn.
Billy Shakespeare.
White men have a long history of claiming things are theirs that weren't.
Oh, here we go. I need to strut about my apartment a little bit.
everyone was white in England. Well, no, that is actually very wrong. But
It's not quite
the
true.
two Marlowe and Shakespeare, they're both white men. It's
Now,
whatever.
Olivia has a good point, and that is true that white men have absconded with much of the culture of other peoples. But that doesn't mean that every case of a white man being successful at something is that he has taken the works of someone else. There are some that actually succeeded in what they were doing.
I know, and Shakespeare is one of the white people I like. Don't take Shakespeare away from me. Do you know how much the numbers of likable white men are dwindling? You're going to take Shakespeare from me?
I didn't mean to take away your Superman. I like Shakespeare. I think we all like Shakespeare. Does that mean Shakespeare without flaws? I mean, I'm not even necessarily saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a thing that happened. And it doesn't take away from his style, or maybe it does. I don't think it does, but I think it's worth at least putting that into the forefront. I thought this was common knowledge.
When I found out that my father was not a garbage collector, I fucking pooped myself. I pooped my pants. I was 10 years old, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm never gonna live again. My father doesn't collect trash. He collects bodies. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't even get that.
He murders people for a living. But you know what? I got over it, and I still love the man. Maybe it wasn't exactly who he was, but like Shakespeare, maybe there's room to grow here. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't give us details about your life. The less you know, right?
Shakespeare means something different to everyone, and I will give this to Olivia. We will never know the man. He is long past. We can only read his works and try to peer into his mind. But we will never really see him or know him, for he is gone.
Marcelo,
he is dead. Yes?
I just have a very... Marcelo, we live together. We've known each other for many, many years. We've had many long conversations about Shakespeare, and this has never come up. And then Olivia joins our group just 1 month ago, and suddenly you are saying these are obvious things that we should all think. These thoughts were not in your head before.
Yeah, it's really weird, Marcelo, that you're like living with Victoria. That was something I didn't know when we would have like our one-on-one Zoom meetings after these meetings. That just would have been nice to know that you were dating and living with Victoria.
Are you trading intellectual thoughts with Marcelo? Marcelo, I live in this apartment too.
Oh my God, I shouldn't have said anything. This is what I get for being brave.
The course of true love never did run true. or smooth. That's what I meant.
Thank you so much for joining us this week, Wisdom.
Do the meetings often end this way?
Always end this way. That's Shakespeare, baby.
Hey, thank you for watching Buffering. A big thank you to Michelle King, Scott Thomason, Joseph Limbach, Joy, Mamie, and Eric Carthen. And I've been your host, Lisette Jean-Marie, and thank you to Outpost 13. Actually, there are like a lot of Shakespeare buffs in this group. Y'all knew your thing, or if you were faking it, I couldn't tell. Let's go around. Give your favorite Shakespeare play, and if there are Shakespeare fans in the chat, give us your favorite play or scene also. Michelle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, like, I'm a basic girl Shakespeare fan. I love Romeo and Juliet, and in college I read it, and I can't tell you what it was about, but I loved Winter's Tale.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was great. I remember loving it. I need to revisit it because I haven't read it, but I remember like devouring that play.
Love it. Joseph, what's yours?
I like The Tempest, just because there's, a powerful wizard in it. You know what I mean? Like that's, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the end of The Tempest always makes me cry because it's like he's saying goodbye to magic and goodbye to sorcery. And I'm like,
Yeah. So you can have just a normal life now. I don't need it. Don't need it. Yeah.
man. Joy, what's yours?
Oh, I mean, no, I have two faves. Favorite tragedy, Hamlet. Favorite comedy, Midsummer Night's Dream. Midsummer Night's Dream was the first one I ever saw, and it stuck with me. So, yeah, I know.
Love it.
Although I love the like shit talking gang stuff in Romeo and Juliet, I do like Hamlet just because I like the kind of the tearing away of like one character and like I don't know. I think everyone has their own view on that one specific character. So yeah, that's me on Shakespeare.
Also love Baz Luhrmann's version of Romeo and Juliet. Oh. I
haven't seen that one.
Young Leo.
Is this the one with Harold Perrineau?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's the one with Leo.
Yeah, the one
It's so good, you guys.
I haven't seen it.
It's fabulous.
Nice little, like,
I love
90s, baby.
I love 10 Things I Hate About You, which
Yes!
I love.
That is like my favorite movie of all time.
So good.
Oh my God.
Mine too. I love 10 Things.
Love to hate about you.
True,
That-
not so great. True, very sexist Shakespeare play. But 10 Things I Hate About You. Scotty P, what is your favorite?
I like The Winter's Tale as well. I saw a just dynamite version at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival when I was in high school. We went to high school in Seattle, and we would do a thing called Experiential Week in the spring where you could go do something. For 2 years in a row, I went to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and it was, I mean, if you guys have, if anyone's seen shows there, it's like the best theater in the world. It's so good. And this version of The Winter's Tale was just, it was unreal. A side note, if anybody's like intimidated by Shakespeare like I was, How to Teach Your Children Shakespeare is the best starter book you can purchase.
Cool.
The way that I was able to do the little Captain of Our Fairy Band thing is it teaches you how to memorize stuff, and it's for your children, but it's really, really good. So if anybody's intimidated by it or wants to refresh, How to Teach Your Children Shakespeare is one of the best Shakespeare books out there.
Cool.
My favorite is As You Like It. Rosalind is,
So good.
I love it so much. Rosalind's just like my favorite character. She just, I don't know. It really is like a woman who like breaks free from the constraints of like society. And when she's in the forest and she's dressed up like a man and like the cute guy she likes shows up in the forest, she's like, oh, I'm gonna flirt with him by being like by kind of teasing him and being kind of mean. This will make us fall in love. And I'm like, oh, I get you, Rosalind. Yeah. So I had like a great English teacher who like really, who was like a feminist and like assigned us a lot of the great like female lead Shakespeare plays, and really had us look at it through character first, so it wouldn't be so intimidating.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Shout out to Miss Stiff at Pomona Catholic High.
Yay.
Miss Stiff.
But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to our cast. The Maddie Goff Show is starting at 8:30 tonight, and then tomorrow night, Joy has a show called Going Out Again. That's at 7 o'clock, and then Joseph has a tabletop RPG game called Delta Green that starts at 9 o'clock.
With Eric. Eric is in that show.
And Eric's in that show as
Yeah.
well. So get yourself even more of these wonderful, talented, fun people tomorrow night and later tonight. Thank you so much, and catch the last buffering of this run next week. Bye, everyone.